Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a fourth-year student at Douglas. I'm going for my Bachelor's of Business Administration, concentrating in Human Resource Management. I previously, in 2022, did an exchange at UC Berkeley, and I was there for the summer semester for just over a month. And then 2 weeks ago, I just came back from the Germany field school, and there I studied marketing. And I was there for about 2 weeks, and I'm also the student assistant for global engagement. So first for Berkeley, it was about 2022, post-COVID, everything was kind of going back to normal. I wanted to challenge myself and push myself to go to a new country, experience new things, meet new people, and Berkeley was perfect for that. I also wanted to choose a school that gave a different environment than Douglas, maybe a bit of a bigger school. UC Berkeley is a very big school in the States, so I wanted that big all-American school feel. I had family there, so Berkeley was the right decision for me, and I loved it being in California in the summer. It was amazing. And after I came back from Berkeley, I had the best experience of my life, personally, academically, professionally even, and I've always kind of yearned for that feeling again, but I wanted to go even further, maybe away from North America. So I chose Germany, and it was perfect. Instead of going on exchange, I was in a field school with other Douglas College friends and faculty, and we became one big family. I did receive academic credit for both programs. So at Berkeley, I did 2 courses over the span of 1 month. So those both filled my university transferable electives. One was a lower level, one was an upper level. And then when I just came back from Germany, I was able to fill it was a marketing e-commerce course here at Douglas that filled my upper level elective as well. Some of the best takeaways I learned from both my exchange at Berkeley and my field school in Germany was the different learning environment I was in. Berkeley was a lot of debates and discussions and case studies, and the first half of the lecture, the professors would give their lecture, give their theories, their ideas, and then let us students bounce our ideas off of each other and give different opinions and perspectives. And I felt like that was one of the best ways I've ever learned, was seeing other people's ideas and either relating to them or it opening up whole different ideas I hadn't even thought about. And it was same structure in Germany as well. Lots of discussions, lots of tough questions, with debates and us bouncing ideas off of each other with the professor there. And one of the best things I learned in Germany as well was we did a simulation. And the simulations I've done prior was very simple and not too complex. Whereas the one in Germany, I had a startup, and we had a 5-page report of our consumer base, what we were selling, what the objective was, but not given the steps on how to get to the end goal, and us having to figure it out in a total of about 6 rounds. And we were paired in teams, and I was competing against about 46 other students. And my competitive side really got to me, and I really wanted to get first place. And plugging in production lines, which production line you have to choose, how many units you want to produce, how much you're paying your employees, that results in employee satisfaction or turnover rate, and are you going to invest in cybersecurity, all the aspects that you would have to think of starting your own startup was in the simulation. And I had never done such a complex simulation, but it gave me such a good perspective on what it truly takes if I wanted to become a business owner one day, and how hard I'd have to work in order to run an entire company, but still doing it risk-free in a fun environment at school with the help of professors was super awesome, and something that I will for sure take away for the rest of my life. So I hadn't really heard about global engagement or study abroad prior to Berkeley, and I started seeing these posters up around the concourse in the New West campus, and I saw all the countries and opportunities that were offered for experiences on exchange, and it gave me the opportunity to learn about Berkeley and go there for exchange and work alongside a coordinator who really helped me throughout the steps to get to the exchange. And after I came back, I fell in love with traveling and studying abroad and global engagement, and I felt like it was something I was really passionate about. So I wanted to also be more involved on campus. So I was kind of looking around, seeing what opportunities were available, and I saw a student assistant position open up for global engagement. And I saw it, and I knew it was right up my alley, already obtaining my GCC, going on an exchange, and truly knowing what it took to go on exchange. And I immediately jumped at the position, ultimately got it since I'm the student assistant, and ever since I have been loving it. It's truly something that I'm passionate about, and I feel like I'm very lucky to be able to talk about my multiple exchanges and experiences I've been on now, and being able to help students, encourage them to apply, and telling them firsthand what some of the experiences may be like, what the application process is like, and working with a team that is so passionate about other students going on study abroad and truly helping them gain new experiences is super awesome. And I've always been passionate about it, and I'm really glad to be a part of the team. So as a student assistant for global engagement, I'm able to help run the GE Ready program, which is one of the awesome volunteer opportunities within Douglas College International. So around a group of 10 to 15 volunteers are with our international office, and we help the incoming exchange students and host fun events. And we do tabling twice a week to put the word out on new programs we may offer, field schools, or just any general questions about studying abroad. And we have awesome events like the Study Abroad Fair, which happens usually a couple times every semester. And we have posters of every country that we offer with the opportunities that are available in those countries, with field schools on top of that, being able to talk to our coordinators, our GE buddies, myself, and getting more information on what it means to study abroad and what are the steps, are the courses university transferable, some questions like that, and being able to plan fun events. And yeah, I love it. To be able to afford both of the programs for both my exchange and my field school, I definitely got generous funding from within Douglas College, one of them being the Global Skills Opportunity. And in total for both, I received around $3,000. Definitely covered a good chunk of my experiences. However, I had support from family and was able to go on exchanges through that. But I have met friends through study abroad as well who, on top of generous funding that Douglas College gives, you're able to take out student loans and or save up for the experiences yourself. And that's also a good learning experience for me and for my friends, learning how to budget, learning how much your cost of living is, plus your tuition, plus groceries, things like that. Definitely one of the most surprising or interesting things I learned when I went to Berkeley, I would say the US is quite similar to Canada, but when I went to Germany, it was a completely different environment and huge culture shock. Definitely people have a different perspective of life, and it was super interesting to see, for example, how much people utilize biking to school and work, and it was definitely a lot more nature focused in my area in Karlsruhe, Germany, where I was, and I really loved how people just embraced their community and were always outside, hanging out in the parks, and I found that everything was quite eco-friendly where I was, and I really loved that aspect of the culture there. My favorite moment studying abroad related to both experiences was by far meeting new people from different backgrounds, from different cultures, and not only just becoming friends, truly becoming my home away from home. And I felt like I've created such a strong relationship with them now that I've been able to go back to their home country and visit them and host them, and vice versa. Being able to meet people all across Europe, all across South America, Asia as well has been awesome. So definitely meeting new people and making new friends. For sure, the most challenging part was coming to the fact of knowing that I was alone and going to these exchanges and experiences on my own. I didn't sign up with a friend. I didn't have, I definitely had family support, but they were staying at home. So going on my own really hit me, especially going to the airport and knowing that this was an opportunity to push myself. And these were the moments that I had to overcome and learn to be okay to be on my own and learn to be more independent. So that was definitely more challenging, the times of loneliness, but then I was able to lean on, for example, in Germany, I had my Douglas College crew, including my professor, who was so awesome and supportive. So anytime we kind of felt lonely, we would just hang out, chat, and make each other feel better. What I gained from both the exchange and field school experiences was definitely learning about what I'm passionate about, what I want to learn in school, what I want to continue to learn, and that carries into what I want to do with my career. What am I truly passionate about? What are the issues in the world that I learned about in an international context that I want to focus in more specifically in human resources, seeing the different ways of which culture or country cares about diversity and inclusion or human rights, employee rights. So definitely learning more in different contexts carried over in my education and professional aspect. Some tips I would give to somebody thinking about studying abroad is to do research on what area they want to go to and do some self-reflecting on why they want to go study abroad. Is it for personal growth? Is it for education? Is it for all of the above? And really make sure that you're able to achieve those goals by maybe selecting that location or making sure you're going for the right amount of time. Maybe a field school is good enough. Maybe you want to go on 1 semester exchange, maybe even 2 semester exchanges. So doing the research and making sure you know what you want to gain from the experience. Definitely, there were a lot of things that I could apply to my life, but I really felt like I carried from my experience in exchange at Berkeley was to be at such a fast-paced, high-caliber school. You really need to make sure everything is organized, time managed, on top of me living on my own, making sure my expenses are paid on time. How am I going to balance school, hanging out with friends, but also cooking and cleaning, living on my own? So definitely it put into perspective how to manage my time, but how to also efficiently use the limited time I had to time crunch, get a paper done when I needed to get a simulation completed by the deadline. So just learning how to organize and balance my life really helped carry forward in school, my personal life, work, etc. Of course. If I think about doing it over again and reliving it, often, definitely for both experiences, for different reasons, but I definitely am yearning for that feeling again. If you're thinking about study abroad, I highly recommend you take the time to research, or even if it feels too overwhelming at times, to pop into our office, say hi to a coordinator, say hi to me at the tables if you see me in the concourse, and maybe just ask some general questions, or asking what other students' experiences were like, to see photos, to gain a better understanding and perspective of what your experience may look like too.